Okay, that's fine. That's recording now.
Okay, good evening, everyone, or should I say GM everyone, and welcome to Web3 Unilorin's International Women's Day special, where our theme for today's Web3 Power Women panel session will be scaling in Web3, the ladies' guide, because we don't want any man's guide here. We ladies, we are different. So we want to hear from successful Web3 ladies. So without taking too much of our time, I would like to call on our panelists to introduce themselves. Starting with Madam Soline, please, whenever you're ready, you can introduce yourself, what you do, and anything you just want to share with us.
Did you say Madame Solène?
Yes, I did.
All right, funny. Okay. About me. Wow. Okay, I will talk about my journey maybe, like how I start and what I'm doing right now. All right. So I started 6 years ago into Web3, so it's been a long time right now, especially through a student blockchain club in France. And I was not able to speak in English at this moment. So it's quite recent, by the way. And yeah, during my time at the student blockchain club, I've done a lot of things for organization, for trainings, all these things, and got the opportunity to integrate Ledger. So maybe you know Ledger, which is like hardware wallets. Um, Actually, it's the most important cybersecurity company in Web3 related to wallets. So I've been working there. I was the first intern. It's important to mention. First intern there. And I continue along the way, starting doing hackathon, and it's where I find my place really. Like what I love to do. So yeah, I was doing a lot of hackathon starting in France. Then I got the opportunity to get scholarships to move abroad for participating to other hackathon, like in US, in Turkey, in more than 30 countries. And during this time with hackathon, at the beginning I was like, okay, yeah, I'm beginner. I didn't really um, wanted to start. I didn't know if I was about to do that, but finally, during all my first hackathon, I was the finalist, and I was like, okay, what the fuck is that? So it's by this way that I started to have some confidence to meet also some women at hackathon. Not too much, but I met a couple of women communities during hackathon, especially abroad, and it was like very game changer for me. Why is because you you have more confidence when you are well surrounded, like with people like you. Building together was very powerful for me, and so I decided to start running ERDAO in France at this moment. So I was the lead of ERDAO in France, and I bring a lot of women into hackathon, especially ETC. So I was leading all the international things for these events. And at the moment, Tracy, so the founder of EarthDAO, told me, "Oh, you should be the next global lead." So I end up the global lead of EarthDAO while I was not speaking English at all, but I was enough enough experienced with what I was doing in France and also like during hackathon. So it's where I started to really um go more into being open-minded with speaking English with others, and it's a game changer things. Why? Because meeting other cultures gives you the opportunity to create projects that you can't imagine. Like building together is very very important, and so I've been doing all the things. Then I started Dev to Prac last year, so which is a fellowship for women and student developers, so especially more young women. developers, so still at university. And actually, we trained last year more than 2,000 women, students, if I'm not wrong, from 95 countries, more than 95 countries. So, which is like a big milestone. And I was not expecting that we went viral as like this. But I think is as I'm someone very connected to local communities, it's it was very game changer. I was able to support the right people at the right moment, and so actually the community is going viral, and yeah, we have a lot of plans for 2026. That's all about me, like in the quick intro, let's say.
Wow, wow, wow. That was a lot, like a lot of achievements, a lot of milestones in Web3. And you mentioned something about interning with Ledger. Wow. Okay, this is going to be a very interesting panel session. Okay, Miss Joe, if you'd like to introduce yourself next, the mic is yours.
Okay, hi. I'm hoping I'm audible. Yes, so I'm Josephine, and yeah, you could say I'm very into community building, I'm into wellness, and I'm literally into empowerment for women. I found Web3 last bull, the previous bull run, so that was like ending 2021, 2022 ish. Yes, around that time. And it started out with me just trying to understand my creative aspect of things. So I do create art, by the way, on the side. People don't know that. Not physically, but I use tools to create them. So I started out with that. I put out a collection. Then there was a lot of noise in the decentralized world in the Web3. That was when Bitcoin was really hitting some numbers, Ethereum was going up. People were just posting the most ridiculous JPEGs on the internet as NFTs. So, yeah, people were buying them, were just taking it all in. So it was a very confusing time, but I was able to sort of like find take up space, which was sort of like a media community run by Paf and her partner then from Ireland. It was interesting because I helped in like the community development aspect of things. So I would get the community together. I forgot to mention I'm a certified holistic health and wellness coach. So I'd get the community together weekly, to have events just to help build that bond, to understand, to understand if we're on the right track or we're not on the right track, and to see if goals were aligned and all of that. So I did that for a couple of months, and at the end of that year, we ended up going through the um, accelerator. So at the end of that year, we graduated as a DAO. Yeah, it was interesting. I was invited to be part of the team then. So it was interesting because the Seed Club has its own way of doing things, and if you look at it, you could see they sort of seem exclusive in a way, but they're inclusive too. So you just have to tread lightly with that. Yeah. So it opened my eyes to the fact that Web3 isn't all about finance, decentralized finance. There are different aspects to it, and that we are all very early, even till date. But from there, I moved my practice of hosting like wellness sessions and community building sessions to DAO Punks, which is sort of like an offset from Bankless DAO. I did the same thing there as well. And I did community management for a couple of communities that were coming up as well along the way. And then I think I went through Shifi season 7. I can't remember what year that was. But I didn't really take it seriously that first cohort. It was the second one I did take seriously. I think that was season 12 or 13 or 14. So fast forward a couple of years, I decided to take like my wellness practice seriously. And since I also had community building skills, I kind of like put that together. to run things for people. And then last year I said, okay, let's step it up a notch. And I'm like, okay, you know what, Maggie, hi. I'm gonna be the chapter lead for Africa. Chapter lead for Africa. And Maggie is like, really? And I'm like, yeah. Maggie is the founder of founder of Shifa, by the way. She's like, Africa, really? And I'm like, yeah, okay, let's try it. And from there, I started putting on events, and they're like, you know what, you're doing such a great job. Let's move you to a global scene. And they're like, okay, become an ambassador, do this, do that. And somehow, the work kept increasing, and I became known for some reason. Yeah, I'm a workaholic in that aspect. But basically, Shifi, which is founded by, um, Maggie, it's literally just designed to make Web3 learning accessible and inclusive. It, it runs for like 6 weeks of like a lot of educational instruction, hands-on like tech demos, peer support. Maggie runs these classes herself. Like she takes it very seriously. And we've gone through about 15 cohorts so far. 16, the 16th cohort will be beginning in a couple of days. Next week, I presume. Yeah, next week. So Shifa is also such a kind of like a launch pad for Web3 careers as well. Because um the community, you can say men are involved. They're like friends and like allies, but you could say the training or the cohorts itself is strictly for women and non-binary folks. So there's education, the MDA style of education. There's experimentation because a lot other projects come to like, they give us like their live products or demos. For example, Base, when it put out its app last year, it was like, you know what, we want the Shify community to try it out first. So they came to us and we kind of like demoed it for them, gave them feedback, they went, did some tweaks and came back. The same thing with a couple of other major brands in the Web3 ecosystem, like the Centraland, which I'm also a community lead in because I participated in their first ever wellness week. I was a gold participant. I won a proposal for them. But that aside, there are other people we partner with, like Midnight Network and just Octant as well. So you could say Shifi has been like an eye opener for me because right now we are in over 90 plus countries with over 5,000 members. Yes. Actually, it might even be more than that. And this cohort alone that is coming in, I think there are over 3,000 people. And imagine that for previous cohorts while we're on our 15th cohort. So, yeah, Shifa has been a very eye opening road for me. And I hope to make more of it like, I want to get more women to participate in it because I need more women to understand that the Web3 ecosystem is still new. There's still a lot of things that are not in place, and there's still a lot of things that we hope to put in place with their activeness and participation in it. So, yeah, that's basically about me. I hope that didn't take too much time.
Wow, no, not at all. We needed to
All
hear
right.
everything. And it was good listening to your story. Like it's very motivating from being an artist to just signing up for Shify, to signing up again for Shify, then an Africa lead, then a global lead. Like, oh my God, that is like so amazing, and I'm so glad to have you here too. So for our third speaker, Teki Chisum, please, whenever you're ready, can you unmute your mic and speak to us? Thank you. Sorry, am I audible enough?
Yeah, good evening once again. My story is not, but I'm kind of new to Web3. Well, actually, I started with Web2. I've been in Web2. Yes, yes. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You're muted now.
Yes. Yes, yes. Just you are lagging, but we can hear you. Maybe we can switch our
Some of
camera
my
for you to see.
picture.
Just
Oh,
let's
okay. Can
see.
you hear me? Okay, okay. So I actually started off in. I'm lagging. Oh, okay, okay. Camera off. Okay, okay, okay. So I started off in Web 2. I've always been in Web 2 computer science. So I started off Web 2 immediately. And I've worked in Web 2 for about 7 years. So I would say I mistakenly fell into Web 3. It was an hackathon that made me come into Web 3. I actually told you hackathon was a Web 2 hackathon, and they needed a back end person, and so I moved back end for them. But in the process, I found out that they were using Solidity, and I had no idea about it. But thank God for AI. AI was just coming up that time, so I was able to watch some YouTube deliver my parts in that hackathon, and we took, I think, the second position, and that was like really shocking for me, like because it was something I was just new into, and with that, I began to explore Web3. I started off with Web3 Ladies. I joined Web3 Ladies community. With time, I also joined Adao community, and recently DevTripper. So that's basically my journey. And since then, I've been participating in a lot of boot camps and hackathons and hands-on knowledge. Lots of opportunities, really. And yes, I think Joe mentioned it. Like, I'm also very interested in letting more women know about Web3 education. So that's why I release a lot of videos and also share my journey, because many women are not aware of the opportunity in Web3. Web3 is really new. It's still a bit new. It's not that new, but still, it's still new, like Joe said. And we need to let a lot of women know about this opportunity. It's really a great opportunity because, especially the parts that I'm able to work remotely. I would say that's the best part about it, working remotely, like the flexible work times, especially for women. I think that is an opportunity that women should not let pass by. So that's it for me.
Thank you very much for that amazing speech. And it's so it's so funny how you said you got into Web3 by mistake. Like through the hackathon you applied for that you did not even know that it was Web3. But I'm very curious, did you win the hackathon?
Yes, we took second place. That was what really inspired me to like dive deeper. We took the second place in the hackathon. It was a cello
Oh
hackathon
wow.
actually. Cello were the sponsors.
Nice.
Oh wow. Wow. Mm. So for your first ever Web3 hackathon, you won it.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
can
very,
imagine.
very amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask the first panel question, which is, so while I posted about this event in the community, a few girls reached out to me in DM. They were like, I don't understand this. What is Web3 exactly? Like, what are we even doing there? I don't understand this. I don't understand that. So if you are to talk to me, like I'm just a newbie and I'm just starting. I mean, I'm still a newbie. I'm just a newbie and I'm just starting out in Web3. What part will you advise me to take in 2026? Is it development, content creation, design, or what exactly? Especially if I don't know what I like and I don't know where I want to contribute in initially. Anyone that wants to answer the question first can unmute their mic and speak. Thank you.
I can start if you want. I would say AI vibe coding. Yes, because why? Is like you can start building things and potentially create your own business quickly. And I think it's how you can reach freedom itself. um like being able to build with the right tools very fast. And even by coding thing, what is great is like you can build and then see there is an interaction first before going like moving forward, let's say. So I would say start with AI agents, vibe coding on the technical side. Even like I say technical, but to be honest, it's feasible for everyone. It's just a question of being well surrounded to take the lead and start together. Because when you are alone, it's complicated to make the step to build things. So I would say yeah, join community and start by coding.
Okay, thank you very much. I would still like to hear other views on the question. What do you suggest a newbie that doesn't even understand anything about Web3 to start with?
Okay, for me, because me, I don't just grab things fast. I literally can if I'm really interested in it and I'm really determined, or I'm going to get paid. Yeah, there's that part too. Yeah, but to be honest, I feel, and I think it's advisable. Whoever is looking to, whoever is curious should keep on with that curiosity by familiarizing themselves in what is Web3. I mean, if you want to know what something really is, I think you need to dedicate some time instead of rushing into things to understand what exactly you're getting into. So I know not everybody has the leisure to do that. But if you really want to make something out of what they're saying Web3 is, you may want to familiarize yourself with the terms and the explanations of what they're, even if it's brief explanation of what it is, because you can't just say, oh, what is Web3? Oh, what is Web3? How do I get into Web3? No, 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 no. You need to understand what it is. And to understand what it is, you need to experience it. So you need to, and the thing is, Web3 is, it's not one size fit all. So it can be very confusing because people can hop into a DeFi project and the way they run things will be completely different from the way Solid runs things in DevPack. It can be different from what DAO Punks is running. It can be different from what Ethereum Foundation is running, depending on what side of Ethereum Foundation you get into. So everybody has like their role, their stacks, and everything. But I would say to make it a smooth sail, if whoever it is that wants to get into Web3 is already really, really passionate about something in Web2 and what they're doing, I think the easiest part is to see how that can be translated into Web3 on a decentralized platform. So if they're already very passionate about what they do in Web2, instead of going into something extremely new in Web3, they should see if what they do in Web2 is already sort of, if it has a community in Web3, and then you see what that community is about. If it does not have a foundation in Web3, then I think that's their chance to see how they can bring in that their Web2 skill or community or foundation into Web3. That's something new that will be entering Web3, and then they'll be like the first person to do it. So that's a thumbs up for them. Yeah.
I will add something.
Thank you very much for that advice. And you said curiosity and being involved with what you already do in Web2 will help the ladies better. Okay, I want to ask my next question, but I want to first listen to our third panelist's view on the question before I ask
Okay.
my next question.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, so very important. If you're in Web 2 already, that's even easier for you. Just look for how to convert whatever you do in Web 2 to Web 3. But if not, that's the place of communities, whether online or offline. Communities cannot even be overemphasized in Web 2. Like attend meetings, attend whether online or on-site meetups, very important. With that, you will get people from different sides of Web3, people in different areas of Web3 and know where to fit in. So I think communities is very important.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
I wanted to add
Oh, sorry,
something.
I'm so sorry. You can talk, Miss Solin.
So I wanted to say as well, understand your local situation, what's going on, why do you need to use Web3? Because you will use potentially Web3 without knowing it, because probably you have some inflation, etc. So I feel that knowing the political economy side of your country is very useful to know why finally I need to learn about this tech. So yeah, I wanted to just say experience that as a user as well.
Thank you very much for that additional insight. So my next question, this has been itching me to talk about because since Web3 Unilorin is a student community, we have to focus on our books because our parents will be like, oh, you have to pass. Okay, yeah. But we also want to build our career in Web3. So how do you suggest a student manages their Web3 building without being burnt out or without losing the motivation they started with? Or just like how do they manage building a career in Web3 while being a student? I don't, you're not students, yes, but I would like to know how you manage your time in Web3. So maybe that can help the newbies that want to just get started into Web3.
Um, all right. So when I was student, I was skipping all the courses, the traditional one. So I'm not the example, literally. Like I was going to practice on my side by being involved into different initiatives. So I'm not the example, I would say. But every time it's an advice I'm saying when someone want to join DevTrack, for example, is like you will never find a job easily in Web3. Um, at least you need 2-3 years of experience minimum. And it's all passing through network, through public building, all these things. So that's why I'm saying if you have something in Web2 that it's good enough for you, you keep it and stay in Web3 for fun during the first years. And then later, when you will see a real good opportunity, you can jump into it, go into Web3. But first of all, stay into Web2 for stability and keep Web3 as fun hobby first.
Yeah, I have to agree with that. That makes total sense. And then also, you know how in school, well, the thing is, me, I've always, I don't know, I've been so weird. I always walked like you won't, I needed to have extra money. So I always did part time jobs. You can't catch me without money in school. Like, nah.
Yeah.
I like good things. Yes. And I needed something to survive. Yes. So you know how let's say the Nigerian system, you know how you have IT, right? Internships and your third year, second year, third year. How about in your second year, if I mean, or people that are in their first year, they use that time, like Celine says, to play around. And then by that second or third year, they actually intern with a company in Web3 because then they would have made connections to be able to see what they want to do in Web3. Now, internship is different. It's not even like part-time work. It's very flexible. So you tell them what you can do and they have to agree to those terms. The mutual, thing. Another thing is, okay, so as the coconut head that I am, sometimes I don't see opportunities that actually fit me. So I create those jobs for myself. I go to people's projects and I'm like, oh, okay, I don't mean no harm. Well, you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this, you don't have this. And I can do this, I can do this, I can do this. So what do you think? Can we make it work? And sometimes they agree. And that's how I get on things. So
Yes.
you're not always gonna find the perfect fit for you. Sometimes you need to create it. Yeah. So that's all I have to say for that aspect.
Okay, yeah. So I will just be relating it directly to school. Um, I may not be in school, but at least I've been to Nigerian schools. So it's very important that since you're already in school, I would say do all your best to like finish your school, even if it's not with a good grade or whatever. Don't drop out because of Web3. You can be doing it alongside your studies. There will be time. There will be time. At least times for partying, for whatever, reduces excess sleep. You can cut from that time just because you are now adding something Web3. You're now adding Web3 to your studies. So you find a way to find time. It will not be easy, yes, but just try and finish. Yeah. You're already there. Just try, please. Especially in Nigeria, please just try and finish your studies.
Miss Joe, you can go ahead and speak.
We can tell you.
You're muted, Joe. You're muted.
Okay, so I was just about to say, that party is very necessary sometimes. So, like I said, I have coconut head, so I will go for party and I'll still come back and go to school. So it depends on you and how
You're
flexible you
strong.
are. But that downtime, no, because like I said, I'm a workaholic. Like once I'm really passionate about something, I'm all in. So what's that thing? What's the phrase? Work hard, play hard. Yeah, that's me. Yeah. So I actually dedicate time to relax. And relaxing can be a combination of things. So not like you go crazy because these days I feel like I don't know, maybe my age range. I'm a millennial. And the way we're brought up, we've passed through different crazy times in this world. So the way we grew up is very different from what Gen Z has right now. Yeah. And you guys, a lot of Gen Z people right now did not get to climb trees and do a lot of things we did in our childhood. So you guys actually missed out on a lot of things. So the fact that you guys have to dial back on more fun, I get very afraid for you guys sometimes. You guys need time to relax and figure out yourselves. So that's why I'm always very skeptical when it comes to, oh, you need to cut back on the phone. No, 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 no. If they want to have fun, let them have fun now. They will come back later to be serious. Have fun, but have fun with sense. Basically, be smart about having fun. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much for that. And one of your answers led me to my next question, which is so like most people, not most people, some people, they don't like to put themselves out there. They are very shy. And Solin said you have to network with people, so you have people in your circle who you can like work with. Miss Jo said, oh, you have to go out and look for the opportunity, create opportunities for yourself. So for people that are shy and they don't want to like post themselves, like put themselves out there, they don't want to build in public, but they just want to build a career in Web3 without doing all those building in public. What advice do you have for them?
Yeah, all right. So, two things. The first things again, join a community. So because the fact that you join a community is like you are already in a family, and you can ask whatever question you may have, without any, I mean, without any, like stress, literally. And the second thing is on my side with Dev2Pack, what I've seen is that there is a couple of people who don't want to go to hackathon because they are shy, it's their first time, etc. But they like doing open source. So basically, doing open source is also a way to public building, like doing public building, work directly with maintainers, etc. by directly showing their skills. So I would say open source is a good thing, like for people who are shy enough to to go to hackathon but really want to build stuff, um, and collaborate. And I really feel that it's a good it's a good thing. There is like shy and non shy. On my side, I was shy, but the fact that I was part of the community, I was able to take initiatives, working collectively. So yeah, I mean it's just two things: join community, and if you are a developer, do open source as well. You can build your career like this. I know a lot of people who jump into full-time job because they were doing things on open source, like contributing to open source projects while working directly with the maintainer. And the maintainer, when they were looking for someone to hire directly, they were talking with their contributor, their main open source contributor, because they wanted to have someone who know already pretty well the code base and know how to interact with the project. So really do that. It's a good thing if you are a developer.
Okay, I would say that community also helped me. I used to be like that, but in Web 2, I was like really private. But when I joined Web 3 and I joined the community, in fact, with the challenges, there are some communities that have challenges of build 100 days, build this. There's no how you won't build in public. You get, you will eventually build in public, and I believe that will help clear away the shyness. So community first.
I know a lot of people don't believe this, but I'm still shy. Don't be deceived by this right now. Don't be deceived by this. This happens once in a while. Yes, you see, after I do this call now, I need to go and stay indoors for like 2 weeks before I come back out. People don't realize that I'm still very shy. So don't be deceived with this. And what I want to say, yes, like Selena Ruth said, Chisholm, yes, community definitely helps. This is actually the time where you can do things without people even knowing your face. Yeah, you just, I mean, you can code. You can just have a name and you are known by your name. You don't need to show your face. You can hide behind a name or an avatar. You don't need to show yourself, but your work can speak for you. I think it would depend on what role you are taking up in the Web3 ecosystem, because there's some roles that might need you to be a bit vocal about some things. But like I said, there are manuals to building a brand or building your personal brand, because there's a difference between a brand and a personal brand in the Web3 ecosystem. Um, like I said, and some people, even though they don't want to be out there, some people actually also prefer to walk alone. I'm in that category as well. So it's not like I don't work or communicate with other people, but I realize that when I need to zone in, I need to be in my own space. And I think that's why Web3 affords this from us, because we are all remote. You can walk in your room and nobody's disturbing you. You just need to, send reports, send emails. So that already sort of helps diffuse things. Yes. But like I said, it depends on the role the person wants to take. You can't say you don't want to be known and you want to do community. It cannot work. It cannot work. It can work for maybe if you're coding, if you're a dev, you're in the very, very technical aspect of things. You can't say you don't want to be known out there if you want to be in like management or in like leadership positions. You need to be able to set examples for other people. So it takes time. It takes time. But the more you kind of like interact with your community, the more you can decide how you want to, frame or showcase the what you want others to see in the Web3 ecosystem. So yeah, but like I said, still take time to understand yourself first, because some people don't realize. Some people think they have some skills for some things as a result of what they have done, but they don't understand that they only did that thing because it was urgent at that time. Left to them, they would rather not do it. So you need to study yourself first and see if you really want to do something first before you then decide, oh, I want to be quiet behind the scenes or I want to be out there. You need to understand yourself first. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much for that. I'm sure when the ladies in the community play this recording, they should have everything they need to start building Web3 without any excuses. So, my next question: what aspects of Web3 do you think women are underutilizing? Like, what do you want more women? Which Web3 space do you want more women to be in and utilize better? in your opinion?
What is the last part of the question? More women and what? Sorry.
I said, what Web3 space? You know, Web3 is very broad. What Web3 space is it that women are underutilizing? Like the saturation of women there is very low, and you like for more women to be involved in that particular space of Web3, in your opinion?
In your opinion? Actually, like I'm leading Dev to Brag, but at the beginning it was a challenge um, to bring a woman directly into the community because on the technical side there is not enough a woman who is taking the lead on that. Why is because at university most of the time we ask people to choose their orientation, and so when you don't have any woman who is teaching technical things is an issue, because you are not inspiring the next generation to do the same and going into this kind of fight. So I would say like in software engineering, etc., we lack of women. And so my goal with DevTupac is in 2025 I was doing also education side, but like in 2026 what I wanted is really that the community, the women are able right now to teach. So right now, community members in 2026 are teaching to others, and which is very important. Why? Because most of them are still students, and so that means that will inspire them to continue in this space, like in this technical space. And I feel that having this model is the most important thing to just bringing more women into the space. So yeah, it's my uh, what I'm thinking and what I'm doing basically.
I actually love that. I love that. I saw in Deaf Pack, and it's really great. It's a really beautiful development in Deaf Pack because, like you said, uh, students become teachers and then they are motivated to, develop and upgrade. Because there's some questions the students will ask you, you'll be like, how far? Some questions they ask you, you're like, okay. Yeah, but you learn on the job. I love that. I love that. For me, I want to see more women in fundraising. I'm tired of seeing a lot of guys there. I need more women in fundraising and in charge of funds. Yes. So I need more women to get into those sockets. So it's easier because the way we communicate what we want to do is very different from the way guys. I have nothing against the men and the way they communicate. It's just really different for us. And sometimes it's the way they speak. You'll be wondering whether, you makes you wonder whether you're not capable of some things. But when it's broken down, you're like, oh, I'm very capable of this. Yes, so I need more women in the funds and the accelerator aspect of things. Yes, I need more women there. Yes, that will increase the number of startups led by women. Exactly. Like Celine said, it absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. I love that because women need to know that um, I know the world is a bit um, not as fair to us, but we are really capable of running these things. And the way we run it is actually pretty balanced. So I need to see more women at that forefront.
Good.
Yeah, you both have said it all. We need to believe in ourselves more. So yeah, we can do fundraising, we can do education, we can. So we should show up more there. I support.
Okay, yeah, that was a very interesting take, and I'm glad I asked that question. Maybe I should go into fundraising too. Okay, so for my next question, Looking back at your journey from when you started Web3 till today, what is the biggest mistake you've ever made? Because for now, I'm seeing everyone here as a very perfect Web3 power woman, but for newbies to relate with you, like what mistake have you made so we know that okay, yeah, it's okay if we make mistakes too.
Very simple for me. I didn't take English seriously. so, so basically, when I wanted to communicate at the beginning, it was very complicated. And even like in this kind of fight in blockchain, as everything is in English, I was like, fuck. Doing my first bootcamp in English was just so too much intense for me. I, I I should replay our video with with a translation in French. So basically, just learn English is very powerful. But on your side, you already speak in English. But on my side, because people like me, and even in a Latam, it's their pain point. Literally, to grow up into the ecosystem is their pain point. So I always said that learn English first, and after you will have a lot of opportunities, like possibilities, even like to learn, even to connect, etc. So I really think English is the basic, like the main thing to learn first, because on my side it was a real blocker at the beginning, and I put myself into a really uncomfortable zone every time, just to level up. And right now I'm speaking English since 2 years right now. But yeah, I still have my French accent, of course, for sure. Yes, but yeah, learn English was my mistake. Like, don't learn English was my mistake, and it's not because of school. School was useless for that.
Nah, we love your French accent. It gives you your own flavor, Celine. It gives you your own flavor. Yeah, it does. It really does. Wow. I can imagine though. It must have been really tough. And then because I can tell like, there's some phrases in French that you just cannot express in English. They don't get the the intensity of what you're trying to say sometimes. Yes. Yes. Oh my God. It's now making me think of how fortunate I am that, I was brought up with learning to speak English because we were colonized by English. That's why a lot of Nigerians sort of speak
Mm.
English in a way. We're colonized by England, so we have that. Basically, it's like our first language before our even tribal language. Yeah, most of us learn English before that. In schools, English is taught everywhere. Okay, now I'm actually thinking that okay, maybe we didn't all have it tough. Yeah, for me, let's see, what was a mistake? So I'm weird like that. I actually don't see anything as a mistake right now because everything has gotten me to where I am right now. So I feel like, okay, if I could do something better, I still don't think, okay, so at some point I thought maybe, okay, because when I first got into Web3, there was this women build, women build Web3 that had a coding course and I was really excited for it. I got into the first cohort and everything. But by the second class, I was frustrated. I was like, nah, it's not for me. Yeah, I like pictures better and colors. I don't understand code. I really tried. Um, at some point, I was like, maybe it made me feel some type of way, like I was inadequate, to be honest. I really put my all into learning coding, but sometimes I just zone out. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, what is going on? So at some point, I used to feel inadequate that maybe I should have put more effort into that. But but then I realized that maybe that was just not for me. So maybe I feel like my mistake was what's the word? Speaking down on myself initially when I got into Web3 because I felt like maybe I was not up to par with everybody else in not just how they spoke or how they represented themselves, but how they quickly grasp the new and because Web3 is very volatile. Blockchain is very volatile, and there are new cost, new ways of doing things all the time. So I always used to put myself down like, how come everybody else is understanding this and I am not understanding it? Like, why? I kept telling myself that. It took different tries. They're different. Actually, I think I gave up like 5 times. I quit Web3 like 5 times, at least 5 times before I actually was like, you know what, let me just hang in there. Rome was not built in a day. I need to find patterns because I'm very good at pattern recognition. So I need to find patterns and maybe work with patterns to help me out. So yeah, that was what worked out for me. I just when I got into Web3, the noise was a lot when I got in. Like I said, it was the bull run. So everybody just felt like they had a spot for them while I was still looking for a spot for myself. So it can be very overwhelming sometimes. And it can be very overwhelming if we're referring to people from like the global south or from like Nigeria, because we don't feel up to par on that world standard level. First of all, we have very our structure where we are in our native communities um, is not always stable enough for us to participate fully in the Web3 ecosystem. For example, Fauzi, I know how you felt somehow with the light situation. See how you jumped on the call and you felt a bit somehow because of the light situation. And we're like, that's okay, it happens. There's also network instability. There isn't always good internet connectivity issues as well. So those type of things always made me used to see myself as less when I initially got into Web3, because you would jump on a Twitter space and just when you're about to speak, your internet will go off. Yeah. I've been on a video call before trying to do my project like just like this. Just imagine this. And then light just goes off and it was at night and all they could see were like my eyes and my teeth. And I had to explain that, I've had that happen to me so many times. I was so embarrassed because I wanted to be professional. I wanted to be on the same playing ground as everybody else. But at some point I realized that I just have to work with what I have. That shouldn't stop me. In short, that should even show them why I'm even determined if I keep showing up. So I just have to tell myself to keep showing up. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so I can relate. I can totally relate to that. I can totally. The situation is much better now. There are times that I had to go to like an eatery just to charge, to be able to use my system and work. So yeah, most important thing is not to keep showing up. So for me, I would say one thing I wish I did better was to start showing up in public, building in public in Web3. Yes, but thankfully communities have helped me to do that. So showing up in public on time, I wish I started that earlier. And also like pitching myself, believing in myself, like pitching for opportunities. Yes, that's another thing I've recently started and it's really paying off. Sometimes you feel like you're not caught up for this the responsibilities, but you actually are. So you just have to pitch yourself. Not like you pitch yourself for everything. You select the ones that you feel that at least to an extent you can fit into the role. It might not be totally 100%, maybe 70%, and you pitch yourself and you never can tell. So those are the two things for me.
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful explanation and point of views. It will lead me to my next question. Just imagine maybe today when you sleep and you wake up, you realize that, oh, all your experience in Web3 was just a dream and you're just starting out and you just have to start out all over again. If you're just starting out all over again in Web3 as a newbie, how will you go about it?
Well, um, so again, join a community, like the structured one. Um, yes, like with a clear path. Like you know what to do the first month you know what to do after 6 months. Like community with a clear path, like a clear education things is very crucial, because I would say most of the people um, waste a lot of time into the ecosystem because they are not involved into the right track, the right path. For example, you can be involved into an ecosystem that is dying, like a blockchain that is dying, because of a community didn't push you into the right things. So basically, you will learn a language that will be lead to nothing finally, because you can't build a sustainable startup into this ecosystem. So I would say team up, like get involved into communities that are working directly with the right um, companies, the right people into the ecosystem, because it's like this that will accelerate your journey a lot. So yeah, two things again: join community with a structured path, and working with the best is where you will accelerate. So yeah, I would say that, but complicated question, because that depends on where you want to go. For example, with on my side, it's for if you want to end up as developers, is a great way. But if you want to get involved, I don't know, into fundraising, like Shify will be better. So yeah, that's really depend of you, of what you want to do into the ecosystem.
So for me, I'm very, what's the word? Oh, okay, I've forgotten the word. So yeah, if I was to start Web3 all over again, I would save money and get really good devices, because whatever angle I need to enter, it already tells me Web3 is about technology. So I need a good phone, and I need a good laptop, and I need internet. So I need whatever angle, because, and I also need to be mobile so that wherever I find myself, I have a laptop, I have a phone, and I have internet. If I need to travel, I have a laptop, I have a phone, and I have internet. If I need to move, I have a laptop, I have a phone, and I have internet. So that's something that you need to invest in yourself. If you're entering Web3, that's something people need to understand. Web3 is not going to invest in you. You need to bring value to Web3 so that people see your value. So don't just come empty-handed. Bring your value. You're bringing soft skills. Yes, bring what your knowledge as well is good, but come prepared. Just like, for example, you want to, I don't know, because you want people to see you as valuable. So that's something I learned. Where did I learn that? Maybe something I was just brought up with. Like, wherever you're looking to get something from, you can't come with your hand empty. You can't expect everybody to do everything for you. Yes, because then they're like, are you worth the investment? You understand? But if you come prepared, just like imagine you invited us for this call and we had come and we are like, oh, so what's happening? We have just been talking. No, 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 no. Or if I didn't have my video on, it wouldn't seem, yeah. So you need to prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. You don't know what you're entering, but at least if you have the first words, technology, decentralization, Web3, the web self is enough. Get your devices on track. Yeah. So invest in yourself.
Okay, so I would say if I had to start over in Web3, I would say I would join communities immediately. That's what I would do for me, and because I believe communities should put you on the right track to go.
Okay, thank you very much for your replies. And the last question for today is on behalf of Web3 Unilorin. So this initiative, I started it a few days ago. I can't really remember what day, but I started it a few days ago, and it was just like a week ago that it was an idea, and then I implemented it a few days ago, got a small team, and yeah. So what Web3 Unilorin is doing is that we are going to be organizing structured bootcamp for Unilorites to educate them on foundations, on Web3 foundations before they can like join other initiatives like Web3 Park, Shifi. I feel like if they see that okay, other Unilorites are learning from this, they'll be more motivated to learn from it. So that is why Web3 Unilorin is in existence. So what advice we have for the team, the core team for Web3 Unilorin to make this not just a um, type of failed project, to make it successful? What advice do you have?
Is it just in a university? Is it like in a city? Um, what is especially the scope of your organization first?
Okay, so it is a community in my university, and it's the boot camp is only for university students that are in my university. So I'm basically building it only for my university campus. Maybe later we might scale to like other campuses in the same state with my university, but for now it is solely only for my university.
Okay, so you know that on my side, I started with a student blockchain club. So actually, it's the leading one in Europe right now. So I was part of one of the first people leading the blockchain club. So it's what you are doing in your campus. So I would say um, like propose like host one session by week by curiosity about different topic related to blockchain while starting with basics but having structured cohorts like are you is people have to apply to join your community it's the best way because otherwise you will have different levels that will come one day and then another it's other people so it's complicated so having structured application to enter into your initiative in your association in your campus and then start building things together so basically we still teaching about blockchain about use cases then later probably you will host your own small hackathon here but I mean that it's very very important to have a structured community otherwise you can't move forward it's very very complicated so that's and also being close to people um because people are staying because they feel seen they feel empowered by you so I would say that it's very very important for you to mentor them like to stay here to stay reactive responsive sorry for them yes like human touch and structured path both things first and then later you can do more things but just to start these two advice are good.
Yeah, definitely teaching resilience. Yes, yes, like Celine said, because she definitely has the experience in that. And yeah, so my own advice is similar. Um, you are the one having this vision right now. You need to understand that the team you may want to put together now, or even what you may have in the next 2 or 3 months, does not necessarily mean they will always be with you. So you need to be open minded. It's just something you're starting. So people are going to flow in, like Solene said, and flow out. So people are going to be testing the waters to see if it's for them. So sometimes you may get people flowing in and you would think that they're going to be there with you through thick and thin, but that's not necessarily the case. So what I would advise you to do is to set, um, like she said, have structure in place, but also set boundaries for yourself and your vision so that you don't take on more than you're supposed to take on. If you, when you're starting this type of communities, they're going to be different people with different agendas and and different strategy. than you. So it's not like you don't listen to your community, but you need to listen while within your boundaries of the vision you had for yourself. Like I said, so it's not like you're going to be very stubborn either, but you would know when it's time to release those boundaries a little and when it's not time. But if you just leave it open ended, you might have a very confusing community. So I would say you pin down and make it very simple. Don't make it too much. Don't make it too much rules or too much structure. Just simple rules and structures and boundaries that you can abide for, and give yourself time limits to abide within these rules and structure. Like be like, okay, so from this month to maybe we're in March now. Let's say from March till June, I'm going to I'm going to create a form, and I will just start enlightening people, like, do you know what Web3 is? It can help you. Would you be interested in, okay, you don't even need to say Web3. Would you be interested in trying something that can help you in the future? Would you like to build something for the future? That narrative will gather people together. So what is it that you're trying to build for the future? That's how you start building people in while with your form. By June, you're like, okay, so now that we're in June now, let me actually put something in place to actually build this future. The things in the form that you're going to, yes, a roadmap, exactly, a roadmap. That's it. You need that roadmap. Roadmap is very important. You need a roadmap. Like I said, the roadmap can be changed, but it's not something you change every day. No, 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 no. You only change it when necessary. When you know you can no longer do without something, that's when you make that adjustment. Yes, or with new information as well. So yeah, that's basically it. But you need to set down a roadmap for you. You first, though, you with the vision first, though, before you start building your team. Set a vision for you and the type of people you want around you and on your team.
Yeah, vision
Yeah.
is very, very important. To be
Yeah.
honest, like vision leadership, it's how you will bring people, but also how you will have a clear roadmap, clear objective for all of them. So very, very important to have a clear vision.
Yeah. Because you're going to need people that not just that they don't just talk, they walk the walk with you. A lot of people will come and talk. Ah, yes, I can do it. You will not see them again for like 1 year. They have disappeared. So it's going to take time and experience before you get used to this. But that's why I said you need to be open-minded in your own heart. In your own heart, be open-minded. You give when you can, but you don't over. You stop at a certain place, then you come back to yourself. So it's not like you don't give people a benefit of the doubt. You give them benefit of the doubt to a certain extent. That's where the boundary is. Once you've reached that boundary, Otilo, bye-bye, you come back to yourself. Yeah. So, yeah.
If I can add something, so wait, I can probably just share my screen a bit, to show you something. Here I will host the largest Web3 and AI student hackathon worldwide. That I will release it tomorrow. And so actually the goal after the hackathon is supporting the creation of blockchain club into campus. And so basically you will have a training for that. So it will be like an honor for me to have you and teaching you how to run properly your student blockchain club on your campus. I mean, so just wanted to highlight that.
So this is a good opportunity for you, like Celine said. So now you already have something for May, June. You see what I'm talking about? So you see the form that she told you to create that form first to start sieving people into your community and start introducing to them, what Web3 is about, so that by May they're already prepared, laptop, phone, internet, they're ready to enter hackathon to understand. Or from now till then, make a questionnaire, the people you want to work with you. Yeah. And if you can speak to other people in the Web3 ecosystem to help you build this community, because you cannot do this alone. No? Let me just tell you now, zero. It's not only you. You need people with you. Yeah. So that's it. See, this is such an amazing opportunity. Nice one, Celine.
Yeah, I was about to say that this is like an opportunity. Since it's May, you've already started. In fact, I'm really impressed because I was seeing a banner of Web3 Unilag because I'm an alumni of Unilag. I was like, why did these people come when I was in school? Like, it's now they are starting. I wish I had this opportunity. So this is very amazing for you to have this idea. I'm really proud of you, Oski there. So this is March. As they already said, you get a structure, very important. It doesn't have to be so rigid, but starting with something like that can guide you and you prepare for failure. I believe every CEO or whatever that has a vision, at some point, some things don't go the way you plan, but at least you rise up again and patch back and continue moving. So that's a normal in every phase of life, not even just Web3. There will be some times that things don't go as planned. The most important thing is to get back up. So from March, you've already started. This is an opportunity. University students always need money. So this hackathon is like an opportunity for them to see that actually there's money in Web3. So with the little knowledge you're able to pass on to them from March, you can start planning towards the hackathon. So then when is the deadline to apply for the hackathon?
Actually, it's live. You can apply, and the deadline will be 1 week before because we will have a structured like bootcamp, vibe
Okay.
coding bootcamp during a week. Then the hackathon, and then after we will have startup one-on-one program, which is like really for young founders, like young people who want to start having more notion about building a startup, not like directly moving to an incubator, but really having a structured like a bridge between hackathon and real incubator. I'm leading this program just to help them having more vision on that. Yeah.
All right. So she has at least a bit of time to then to be able to get people and group people in batches.
Yeah.
So the hackathon is very, very nice for especially for people starting Web3.
And also
So I think we can also consider.
what we are doing for this hackathon is like hybrid. So basically, we will have some satellite hub that will be all over the world, and so basically it's going to be into university, so we can open a satellite hub in your campus, and so we are providing grant for that.
OMG.
Very nice,
Like,
very nice.
I'm so glad I asked this question because now, I don't know, I just feel so overwhelmed because I'm so supported. Like, okay, so let me just calm down. Let me just say everything I want to say. So, firstly, when I created this community, like, I only have like two core team, one my co-lead and a graphic designer because I cannot design. So, so far, we've had like 276 community members, and we now have like 64 followers on X because we had an X space yesterday. So like so far it has been going kind of okay. It's just that I know most people they have this apathy towards a lot of things, especially Nigerians. They will say they will come for this thing, they will not be there. So that's just what I'm working towards right now. And I also have like a roadmap currently because before I even launched the community, I created a roadmap, I created a course plan for the structured bootcamp, and yeah, those are the only things I created. So when I want the bootcamp to happen is after we are done with our final exams. That's during July. That's when we're going to start the bootcamp. But application will start around like May, June. Application will open around May, and then by June they will receive their acceptance, and then by July they can start. Currently, I don't even have any tutor yet for the program, but I know I'll look for tutors, and God will provide the tutors for me. And so far, that's just like mostly the plan I have. And you mentioned something like not doing too much. Okay, so recently, this Web3 Power Women session, the panel session. So I just thought about it on Friday, which was already very late, but I was like, I was just so stubborn. Initially, I actually did not want to do it, but when Solim replied very fast, like I did not expect her to reply so fast to it. So then when she replied, I was like, okay, maybe I have a
One
shot at
minute.
this. Then I started working towards it. Initially, when I told my team, they were like, no, I should not do it. because it is too close. And also, I don't really know, like, I don't really feel the connection between me and my current core team because, like, today we had an issue. The graphics design, there was an issue with it, and the designer was not available. But the issue was a very minor issue, just like a particular text. And I was like, okay, do you have any idea how we can solve this? He just straight up told me no. I had to look for so many AIs to help me to correct it. And we were able to correct that too. So I'm going to implement everything you said too about creating a vision for the next 3 months and teaching them bit by bit about Web3 before the structured bootcamp so they will have like more interest and also to get them ready for the Web3 Pack hackathon. Currently, I'm actually even thinking of hosting a workshop, online workshop for AI in Web3 because I know that's what is trending right now, and that's what I'm currently working on. If I can get someone, um, it will probably host around April. So yeah, that's just like all I have planned for the community so far. And Miss Joy, you have your hands raised.
Yes, I do. Yeah, a Capricorn, Abby. So I know that you like to walk. So apart from that, I also know you have fantastic intuition. Let me make it clear to you now from the beginning. Once you sense someone is trying to interrupt where you are trying to go, you observe. You have to walk in such a way that whatever they plan on interrupting, you have a backup for it. Do you understand? So if someone disappoints you the first time, the second time, the third time, auntie, you're waiting for the fourth time? Is that a joke? For who? You better learn, oh. Because I'll be knocking you coconut head from here if I hear any complaint online. Oh, this was I don't think I see. Huh? What's that? And the thing is, most of the time, you have that intuition already. Because I know you can sense it, but you want to be nice. You can't be nice with when you're doing your projects. You can't be too kind either. It's okay to be kind though, but like I said, remember I told you, you can be kind. That boundary, don't cross it, you go back. Do you understand? You don't overgive. Like I said, you come with something, yes. Oh, I can offer you this if you're ready to do this. If they cannot meet it until you go back, there's somebody else that can meet it. Do you get?
Yes, ma.
And you're going to wear lots of hats. I don't know how to design either, but thank God for Canva. Please, you know how I said invest in yourself. You're starting this project and it's your vision. You're going to be founder, marketer, designer, accountant, builder, coder, everything is you. You have to be ready. Like, if anybody decides that's the day they want to be the demon, you just leave them. You go and do your work. When you've done your work and you've accomplished it, they will see it and they will try and come back. That's why you now give your terms on how they need to relate with you. Do you get where I'm coming from? You need to learn it from experience. Sorry, Solene is saying, by the way, we're launching Dev Park Nigeria at the end of March. So if you need teachers in real life, see, that's another opportunity. So yeah, I just needed to give you this thing because, okay, I'm weird. I don't like excuses because I don't make excuses for myself. Once I set something for myself, if people want to help me out, I let them help me out. But if they choose to not help me out, I'm going to keep going, irrespective of if they're there or not. That's why this foundation that you're creating for yourself, you need to tell yourself that, there'll be times where I'll be frustrated. There are times if I will quit, but that doesn't mean I will disappear. I will come back again when I've calmed down and continue. Do you understand? It's not an easy route, especially for us women. We don't have help. Zero. Why do you think I said I need more women? We do not have help. Guys have help. There are lots of guys that don't even know what they're doing. but women are behind them helping their ministry. We don't have it.
Mm.
So you have to help yourself now. And the thing is, once you start helping yourself, people are now inclined to help you. That's the only way it works for us women, unfortunately. So by all means, like just set something for yourself. You'll be like, if you accomplish it, pat yourself, go for the next goal. Accomplish it, pat yourself, go for the next goal. But don't depend on everybody else to do something that you need to go out. Do you understand? And give yourself allowance. Like if you need to do something, I know that's another thing. What this wait. Solene said it here now. Bet on yourself first. I know you said this time period was short, but is the event not happening now? Isn't it because you had an intuition? That idea came to you for a reason. Imagine you didn't act on it. Would you have all these opportunities coming for you? So you need to start trusting yourself more. There's a reason these things come to you into your mind. You might speak it out, and there are going to be a lot of people that will be like, it cannot be done. It cannot be done for them. Does not mean it cannot be done for you. You need to learn to differentiate that. Uh-huh. I'm serious. You need to learn to for them it cannot be done for, but for you it's different.
Mm.
You already have worked it out in your mind. You just need to find a way to bring it out into the 3D to make it happen. So you just keep pushing. You keep pushing till the last minute. You keep pushing. However it works, it works. We're on the same page.
Yes, we are. Thank you very
Okay.
much. I actually
Okay.
wanted, I've actually wanted to have a conversation with him because he's not actually adding anything to the group. The graphic designer is always designing, last minute design is going to deliver every single time. But he is not really adding anything. But the only reason why he's still there is because he was the one that brought in the graphic designer because he's a volunteer graphic designer and he's good, very good. So that's why I'm
Sweetheart.
like, okay.
Sweetheart, you're in Shifi, right? You're also in DAO one. What's the other DAO you're in?
Adao.
Yes, trust me, if you check the community, there's somebody there that wants to work with you. Have you asked?
No, I'm not.
Exactly. That's why women are there. We want to work with each other, but you need to be able to ask first and bring your defense down a little bit.
I always say that if you are not asking any help into the ecosystem, it's going to be complicated for you. Like people who are asking help are going from 1 to 100, and the people who are not asking any help are going just from 1 to 10. That's all.
Exactly that. Exactly.
Okay,
So ask.
thank you very much. Yeah, I'll start I'll start asking for it. So like asking for it is something
And
that I don't
you,
have to do that. But
you, yeah, you ask in kind. It's not everything that can be paid with money. So it's a win-win situation. You need to know when it's not everything you will pay with money. So they can bring their design to them. You can bring another opportunity to them so that it's a win-win situation. And both of you are working together. Do you understand? So you find out what they would like, how you can assist with that. While you tell them what you need. You need to be direct. No beating around the bush. Don't try to one up anybody. It will backfire. Be honest from the beginning. This is what I want. Can you do this? And how do I get you? Like, how do you also win if we work together?
thank you very much, ma'am. I really appreciate this call, and I'm going to make use of everything because I really want this to be very successful, like very, very successful. Because I checked on Twitter, and there have been a lot of blockchain Unilorin X accounts, but they will just like stop posting after some time. And I don't want this to be like that. I want it to be that even if I graduate from this school, there's going to be someone else that's going to be in charge of running things and also I really want this to be very successful and I'm so glad I'm able to talk to the best minds about it and I'm going to implement everything you've told me today and I really appreciate you taking some time out of your day for this meeting. I initially planned for the meeting to end after 1 hour 30 minutes. So it is now 1 hour 30 minutes and I don't want to take any any more of your time. I really, really appreciate you taking time out of your day for this. Initially, I was already scared that when you don't see anyone in the call, you're going to be like, why did you call me for this meeting? Like, there's no one in the call. You're just a joke. So I was really scared. But thank you, Miss Jo, for reassuring me that it is okay. Situations like this are okay. Next time, there might even be 100 women on the call. Maybe if we have another one like this next year, might be 100 women on the call. And yeah, I'm so grateful. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Just make sure you follow up with Solene. This has been amazing to get the recording. Then you have that as something to look back on. And you thank her very much for helping out, Solene. Thank you. Because I actually would love to rewatch this. There are some things that you spoke about that I really enjoyed as well.
Oh,
And also to kind of let people know that, something good is coming up in May. Is there a way you want to work with Shifai for this? If you want to, let me know. I can
yeah, sure.
put you through to whatever you require from Shifai Africa to help you out with this as well. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, sure, sure. I will let you know. I will release the the thing tomorrow, like the event tomorrow. I think we will make some noise. So yeah, and I will ask for some community partnerships, etc. So of course, I will let you know. Amazing.
I love that.
All right. Thanks a lot. It was like very insightful, to be honest. And also I appreciate that we were able to advise, like provide you some advice because it's very important to inspire the next generation. So thanks you, Faucia.
Thank you very much too. I really appreciate it.
Take care and see you soon. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, Sumin. Bye,
Tschüss.
Joe. Bye. Peace out.